video is on solving geometry problems that have variables and using equations to do that. So it would be a situation like this. It would maybe be a word problem, maybe a picture. It says the perimeter of a rectangle is 120 meters. Okay, so that is important to know. That means that's what we're going to set it equal to. If the length of a rectangle is 20 meters more than the width, so that's more than, that would be added to, what are the dimensions of the rectangle? Well, we know that these sides are the same and that these sides are the same. So we can combine all the sides to get the perimeter. So we would have W plus 20 plus W plus W plus 20 plus W. That represents all the different sides. Now we would combine like terms, and so we would combine the 20s and we would get 40. And we would combine all these W's. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 W's, so 4W plus 40 equals 120. So now we're going to solve it just like we would solve an equation. We're going to subtract 40 from both sides and get 80 equals 4W. Sorry, I'm getting low on the board on this. Then divide by 4, and so we would get W equals 20. That would be our answer. And so this would be 20, and this would be 40, and this would be 40, and this would be 20 if we substituted it back in. If we have answer choices, we could do that. And then we could add these up and see that it does equal 120. So now here's a word problem with no numbers on the diagram. So I would actually have to label this myself and find out what the variables would be. The length of a rectangle is 8 meters more than 6 times the width. Okay, so the width is W, and 8 times the width and 8 more. 8 more than, it's not 8 times the width, 6 times the width. So this is 6W plus 8. Now, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to solve this. We're going to combine it. So I could write all these out, but I've got 6, 12, 13, 14. 14W plus 16 equals, it gives me the perimeter, 156. So now I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides, and I'm going to get 10W equals 140. And then I'm going to divide by 14, and W equals 10. Now again, if I have the answer choices, I can substitute these in to the problem and find out which answer works. Or I can solve it, if it's a griddable, I can solve it for 10. So the perimeter of the quadrilateral shown is 45 inches. Find the value of X. So again, I'm going to add up all the sides, and then the perimeter is 45. So I have 2x minus 1 plus x plus 6 plus 5x plus 4 plus 4x. That's all the sides, right? And then that equals 45. So I've got to combine all my terms. So I've got 2 plus 1x, 3 plus 5x, 8 plus 4x, 12x. And then I have -1 plus 6 is 5, plus 4 is 9, and that's it, equals 45. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. So 12x equals 36, and I'm going to divide by 12 and divide by 12, and so x equals 3. And again, I can take this and put it back in and make sure that it works. So this side would be 9, and this would be 5, and this would be 15 plus 4 is 19, and this would be 12. And I would add those sides up and make sure that they equaled 45. So at this point, you're going to have a geometry applications worksheet that you'll do and complete and turn that in for showing that you've mastered this work.